the dynamic. I just figured out that one out myself, and I thought, oh, this is pretty neat.
Yeah, but I prefer to see you all together. So it's great to see you and some new faces here. Great to see you, Angela and Taylor and Andrea and Cynthia. We look forward to seeing you maybe on camera too, if you can make it on camera.
Cynthia, Cynthia, Cynthia.
And you too, Taylor, if you can make it on camera, because it's always just a great way to really connect more deeply.
Let's see. Okay, let's try this again.
So you wanted us to put a little something in here, where we're from and what we're celebrating?
Beautiful. Something beautiful in your life right now.
Okay.
And just a second. Let's see if it's going to work better this time. All right, there we go. Yes, see, I did nothing different. Now it says, yes, you can go live. So, hey, what do you know? Technology. It is actually the last day of Mercury retrograde. So, we all have to bear with it. Just one more day. Then we're free of it. Free, free, free at last. Feels like a long Mercury retrograde this time to me. Anybody else feel like that?
Does, but it's helpful to know that it's what's going on because I think it was Monday. I was having some issues and I just laughed. I said, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's good. You might as well just laugh. Because what else can you do?
Right.
You can take it all seriously and personally, but you might as well just laugh. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I'm pretty sure that we might have a few people that will still be joining in, at least based on who is registered. Of course, we never really know for sure. Life comes at us fast, so I know for me, sometimes I have good intentions that don't pan out, and that's just how it is. Oh, one more thing. I think we're all live streaming now. I want to just try and share it into our group really quick, if you'll bear with me for like 5 more seconds here.
I was just going to say, how cool is this that you're able, Angela and Taylor, you guys are able to connect the dots for different family members. How many of you have actually been on these calls before? No? Okay.
We have
So
some we have some return folks. Cynthia for sure, and Andrea's been on some calls before with us. Angela's going to be our guest for Rainbow Warrior Mermaids Cafe, which is happening next month on the second. It feels like it's
on the second, okay. What
so
what
far
time
away when
is
I talk about next month, but it's not far away at all.
it's really right around the corner. What time is that?
It is going to be the same time, well, not same Zoom link, so I guess I can't say the same place exactly, but same time, Thursdays, 10 o'clock. Rainbow Warrior Mermaids Cafe is on the first Thursday of every month, and this call, HerPower Connections, is on the third Thursday of every month.
Okay. Yeah, won't be able to do that, but I always
That's it. You're fired.
oh, I
I'm
know it. Callie and I do, and actually, we have a lot of different ways in which we've crisscrossed paths. We were on a women's summit back in May. It's almost been a year, and then we found out that we live within a half an hour of each other. And also Lily, who some of you have met. I was so captivated by her creativity that I brought her in to do a retreat with me. But what I was going to say is Callie and I take people into the redwood trees and we do something called Nature Speak as well. So it's just interesting how we crisscross paths and Cynthia, I'm looking forward to at some point you and I crisscrossing paths in person. So just let me know if you're ever in this area or not, vice versa.
Yes, it's so cool. That's what I love the most about this group is it's really just all about helping people get connected. If you've been on before, you've met my partner Lily. She is not here today. She is doing something super, super amazing. She flew from her home in Bellingham, Washington to Asheville, North Carolina yesterday, and she is participating in this incredible adventure called the Great Mother March. And I'll take you just a moment to tell you about it because I'm sure you're going to be seeing it show up in the group as she has opportunities to post what she's up to. She is walking with a large group of women from Asheville, North Carolina, all the way to Washington, D.C. over the next month. It's a 30-day adventure. They are starting officially tomorrow, which is the spring equinox. We'll be out of Mercury retrograde and moving forward with the Aries energy tomorrow. And her walk ends on Earth Day, April 22nd. So all very symbolic. It is a sacred pilgrimage representing the divine feminine in her strength, compassion, and collective power. And so they are going to be walking like 15 to 20 miles a day, and stopping in 28 different rural towns along the route. They're carrying a traveling mural with the beautiful goddess on it. You can find it somewhere in the posts in Rainbow Warrior Mermaids. It'll probably show up again. They are painting the mural as they go, which is also kind of really cool. And they are spreading love through music and connection and simple acts of kindness. They'll be singing and dancing and sharing hugs and homemade goodies and handing out paper hearts. Some people, I think Cynthia's made some hearts. So they're coming in from all over the country, probably all over the world even. And they'll be camping along the way in campgrounds and churches and vineyards and private property and even like a country store. So anywhere and everywhere that they could find a place that would support the size of their group and the mission of their group. And so yeah, check it out. Lily will be popping into the Rainbow Warrior Mermaid group and letting us know updates as she goes through this process and this journey. I know she's super excited and also a little bit anxious about it, which is understandable. It's a big commitment and a big thing that she's doing, and a big way to just kind of be out there in the world fully expressing her truth. So I think it's so very, very cool and beautiful. And just to give everybody a little background about this group, because I know there are some new people on the call, it was created in 2024. It was a place, first of all, for Lily and I to market our annual retreat in Croatia. So we both share this mutual vision to inspire freedom and empowerment and vision for women just like us, who are driven by a desire to make a difference in the world and bring our own unique soul design through. And so after holding our first retreat together in Croatia, we realized, hey, this is really cool. It's great that we can bring women here, but we're never going to bring as many women as are out there and need this energy. So we wanted to expand beyond this single annual event and create a space that's year round, that offers community and support to what we like to call soul-led creators and heart-centered entrepreneurs. Those are those of us who are living our soul vision out in the world. And so it's a space where we can have community and support each other, learn from each other, grow together, make amazing connections. And so we are intentionally a little bit different than other networking environments out there. We call it networking with soul. So what makes our circle different is no stiff elevator pitches. First and foremost, oh, I hate them so much. No pressure to perform, just real conversations with real purpose-driven entrepreneurs, space for authentic connection and collaboration. And we gather not just to exchange business cards here, but to really support each other's missions in the world, because truly we're all doing this work together. We're all on the same team. And because when women support each other's visions, everyone rises, everyone. So I think that's the true power of it. We all shared a little bit about where we were located already. You can also share in the comments, or, we don't have a huge group. So if you want to just unmute yourself, you can tell us, what do you do in the world? How are you creating your vision in the world? Or how do you want to? If you're not fully into it yet, that's okay too. That's also part of what we're here for, is to make this dream real for everybody, because it can be a little scary when you're out there on your own, and you're not on your own at all. There's thousands, probably millions of us out there ready to make a difference. So I would love to hear what your business is about, or what you would like it to be about. And yeah, anybody want to unmute and tell us?
I'll go.
Yeah, all right, Angela.
Hey everybody, Angela here. I kind of chuckle because I made a shirt literally that says, I do things and stuff gets done. I don't always know how it happens, but it happens when I just do things. And I do that because like I I don't know, through noticing, like, what am I noticing today and why is that important? And sometimes I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing literally, but it feels right. So that's where I'm at. Like, it's so funny when I joined a couple of friends of mine and we meet every few weeks and they are like so in like business, business, business. And I'm like, I'm learning to sing well. And I'm like, I don't know how this is a business, but okay. Like, I'm here and I'm gonna learn from you guys. Like, so yeah, so I don't know where it's going. And I think because I don't know, it leaves open the possibilities of what I can see and what's available in this moment. And because I tend to put blinders. So anyway, I'm also so part of the doing stuff is creating the noticing life and posting about that recently. So
Angela's going to be sharing more about the Noticing Life, which is a journal that she has created, and she's going to be our guest not next Thursday, the
weeks.
following Thursday, August 2nd. It's 2 weeks from now.
August? No, April. It's April.
Another A month.
I'm like, wait, did time fly that fast, Kelly?
Feels like it.
Man, it flew. It was just March 19th moments ago.
Sorry, just kidding. April. You know, April Fool's Day is coming, so I'm just getting in on it early.
Thank goodness.
Anybody else want to share with us?
Yeah, I can share. So I'm Taylor. I'm the founder and CEO of Be Lively Company. A lot of people know me from working with big brands like the Dallas Cowboys and Netflix, and I just got done with South by Southwest and just being on a panel. I've been kind of more sharing my spiritual abilities and shared on a panel about my 3 near-death experiences. So I feel like I've been just shifting more into being more open about my gifts and not just kind of hiding it or just working with more women who work with me one on one and they know I'm super psychic. So that's where I'm at.
Nice. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Taylor.
Thank you.
Cynthia or Andrea, who wants to tell us something about themselves? It's quiet.
I guess I'll go.
Carrie, you
Okay, I'll go,
that's good because I
or
gotta
you
let
can go.
somebody else.
Andrea, go at it.
Hi, my name's Andrea. I live in Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada. I spent the last 30 years of my life working with high-risk youth, and now I found myself totally burnt out and unable to listen to anybody's crap, and my bullshit filter is to the max, and I don't want to live like that. So I'm having to decide if I'm going to quit my job or I'm just going to suck this leave dry, which is dry. It's dead now. And now I have to choose. Do I want to live a juicy life doing stuff that I like to do with people that want to do it with me. Because that's not how it's been all these years. And I'm a professional clown, and I only became a clown so that I wouldn't kill myself. And I have an art studio in my house. I do art every day-ish. I'm a lifelong learner, and I live in beautiful Yukon territory. So if you ever want to have a retreat, come on up. I'll show you a grizzly bear.
There's Eileen.
So yeah,
Welcome,
there we
Eileen.
go.
Good to see you. I love how real everybody is just by saying what's up for them. Thank you so much for sharing.
That's great about this group, right? I mean, we show up, we are real, real women doing real stuff, having real challenges, and being real with each other. So thank you all for being your authentic selves here. And thank you all for sharing. I love hearing all these passions and purposes that live in this community. And I'm super excited to introduce today's featured guest, guide, and speaker, Carrie Asuncion-Helms. Carrie is a transformational coach who has spent over 2 decades helping women reconnect with their deepest desires, their creativity, their sense of possibility. So her work helps women move beyond self-doubt and fear and hesitation and overwhelm. I think we can all relate to those things and step into clarity, confidence, aligned action. And today she's going to be guiding us through a powerful abundance activation. And we are going to be tapping into more clarity and confidence with Carrie. Her exercise works not at the level of mindset, but at the level of energy and the body, helping clear patterns that have kept us stuck so that we can move forward with greater ease. Carrie, we're so, so grateful that you're here with us today. This space is yours.
Thank you, my dear. I'm just tickled to have each and every one of you here. Yeah, I love the little celebrations and so on. I know not every one of you has had a chance to introduce yourself, and so we're going to have an opportunity to share a little bit more as we go through this. So I have about 20 minutes. Is that right, Kelly?
You are right. Yes. And we will do breakout rooms after this. So yes, everybody will have a chance to share who they are and what they do and all the good stuff.
Good, because I just didn't want to leave Eileen out of that and Cynthia and so on. So great. So I am so excited to share this with you. I love how Taylor was talking about she was coming out as being the spiritual being that she is. I came out in 2016 as being an intuitive. And I'm actually stepping more and more into my sense of waving my spirituality flag. I just posted something on Facebook this morning, which is my goal is to create a more sustainable planet. And how do we do that? But we take us out of overwhelm take us out of the primal mind so that we can think more clearly and creatively, and we can align with really what's most important, which is shining our light and our love in the world. So who's up for that?
Maybe.
Yeah, great. So the question I'm going to start off with, well, I'll just say this. We've probably heard there's been a number of resources that they've been talking about this for years, that about 90% of our life is actually ran by our subconscious mind. So if we were to look at like an iceberg, we're aware of the very top, but it's a small portion of really the bigger picture of what's been running it. So that part of our automatic mind, body, spirit that doesn't question the underlying beliefs, it just kind of goes like we wake up, we do our meditation, we brush our teeth, right? And it's a great way to do that. I mean, because if we had to think through everything, picking the first step and then the second step, or how to tie our shoes or how to feed ourselves, that would just be way too overwhelming. So the work that I'm going to be sharing with you today is a body of work called Body Talk. In fact, Eileen and I were talking this past week, and she's actually steeped in this as well. Let's see, I've been using this since I graduated in, let's see, it was done for me when I was graduating with my degree in somatic psychotherapy in 2005, but I became a practitioner in 2015. So I've been doing this for a number of years, and it's really cosmic. That's all I can say. I'm been trained as an intuitive by the people who were doing like remote seeing for the government. So we're going to be doing a three-step process. The first part of this, so we're going to be, the reason why I brought in that whole thing about the subconscious mind, because stuff may come up today that you're like, what? But that's what's been running the show, and we're going to begin to move through some of that. So you can come out with a deeper level of calm clarity. So we're going to start off by asking you this question. I'm going to put it in the chat. Where could you use some extra clarity, confidence, or courage? Maybe it's in the area of your relationships or your health and well-being or your career and creativity. And take a deep breath with me and asking yourself, what would that really look like to have that? And I'd like for you to share, either be brief and brilliant. No, actually, let's just put it in the chat so then I can capture that really, really easily. What would your intention for our time together be? What would that look like? Often people know what it doesn't look like. They could say, I'm stressed out, I'm overwhelmed. But I always say, so what would it look like on the other side of that? Would it look like peace? Would it look like clarity? Because I'm going to use your words to begin to reprogram that subconscious part of our mind that's been running the show. So, and if this is your participant time to put in the chat, what would be your intention for our time together? Because this is a three-part process. The first part is setting clear intentions because we know, I've just been rereading the book Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. Maybe not my favorite book, but I'll just say that we realize just how powerful our mind is to reprogram ourselves at a cellular level. So that's what we're playing with today. So setting clear intentions is the first part of that. The second part of this, I'll tell you what's coming up for realignment, either for coupling or for separating some pieces. And then we're going to be tapping it in. So while you're doing all that, we're just going to practice what that looks like to tap in. So if you can have an open hand, and I want you to tap across the left and right hemisphere of your brain, taking a deep heart breath in, and then your heart space and your belly, right around your belly button. And what we're doing is we're basically attuning, we're using the electrical impulses in our hand to tell our brain and our nervous system, wake up, pay attention. We're giving you new information. And with every beat of your heart, you're informing your body how we're reprogramming it. And your belly, we all know now that our brain is not necessarily the CEO. Our enteric brain, our gut brain, actually sends the majority of the signals up. So we're dealing with our three brains there. And I'm going to look at the chat here to see so we can create intentions. Okay, so we're looking, our intention for today is balance. Okay, and creativity. Want to have a smile on my face. So Angela, so having a smile on your face, what's the sense of that? If I was to boil that down to one or two words, is that like a greater sense of joy or ease or
Let's go with joy.
joy? Okay. You'll understand why I put it in just like a boiling it down, because then that really like gives us laser focus. And it also helps me as I'm going through and we're tapping through. It's just okay. Clarity about my role and responsibilities. Feminine half of the equation. Beautiful. Clarity for my family. Okay, great. So our intentions for today is we're going to be tapping in. We might as well just play with it right now. We're going to be tapping in a deeper level of balance and creativity and clarity and joy. So your job right now is just to be present to your mind, body, spirit. Maybe feel your feet on the ground. And I want you to just even ground in. Like there's that area, the perineum, and I want you to just drop down a root into the earth. And we know, I'll just say this because sometimes people have a question like, how does this work? We're a trillion cells in our own body. But what I began to realize during COVID times is that we're a collective here. So just by taking a few conscious breaths together, we're actually creating like a larger system here. And it's like picking up a radio signal. So I'm just going to be asking mind, body, spirit, what is for the highest priority? And what's interesting, okay, we're going to be working with the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. That's that area right below your breast. And it's often asking the question like, who am I? The rest of the chakras seem pretty attuned. And let's take another conscious breath together. Like feeling like even from the top of your head all the way down, deep, deep into the earth as you feel yourself grounding. And you find yourself opening to a deeper sense of inspiration and clarity and peace and joy. And it's interesting, the image I was given is leaning in, and maybe that's what kind of like what Callie was saying is leaning into our feminine. And our feminine is that flow, that ability to envision what's possible. The masculine is more like the drive that takes us forward. And maybe that's a little bit of what Angela was talking about earlier, was that ability to follow. You didn't say it in this way, but I'll say it in this way, to follow your divine guidance. So, and yeah, so we're going to go with that. So we're going to start off by we're going to clear out what I call clear out the trash, which is lymph circulation. In the abdomen. We'll do that in just a second. Then we're going to do tuning fork. How many of you have experienced energy work before? Beautiful. Okay, so I don't need to explain too much. We're going to be working with the governing vessel. And we're going to be, in just a moment, so the governing vessel meridian goes up the back of our body. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're going to be working with governing vessel 20, which is then up at the very top. So I will be using a tuning fork, but it's kind of like not the very, very top, right? It's kind of on the back here. It's yeah. So in just a moment.
Like the vertex, yeah.
Yeah, so if you were to go straight up, like from the center of your ears up to the top of your head, that's a good reference point. Yeah, so the back up here, there you go. So in just a moment, we're going to do that. Which is interesting because what I was getting is that we're opening our crown chakra. Yeah, Taylor's like, yeah, to a deeper level of knowing. And what I love about this work, because I've worked with a number of, let's call it alternative practitioners as well as Western medicine, is it taps into the wisdom that's in the room here. And that's what we're doing. In fact, we're going to be working with the pituitary right now, and we're also the adrenals. We're going to be working with actually with the HPA, which is the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal axis. Okay, which actually helps us to calm the hell down. Just say that, de-stress. We're going to use heart math. That's it. Okay, great. Okay, I just need to get a tuning fork. Okay, so we're going to start by taking out the trash, which I think is interesting. So we're going to start with this area here, like down from like your ribs, and we're going to be moving towards the center line and bring it all the way down into the groin area. Okay, great. Thank you. And then we're going to take that one spot that's above our ears up at the top. And I want you to just gently massage that area. Ooh, that's vibrating my head. As you tap across the top of your head, your heart space, and your belly, reminding yourself that you are bringing in a deeper level of balance, creativity, deep breath into your belly, clarity and joy. I want you to feel it right into the base of your pelvis and right into that solar plexus. Let's do that one more time. Top of your head, heart space, and belly. Feeling that energy dropping right down into your sits bones. And then we're going to balance your HPA, which is hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenals. So I like to just imagine, for example, that right across your temples here and into like, I like to use my pointer finger. A lot of the work that we're doing is imaginal. So you're imagining your pituitary, your hypothalamus in the middle of your brain. And we're going to take this other hand for a moment to the back of our back ribs, which is presencing our adrenals. Taking a deep breath into those two areas. Those adrenals sit right on top of your kidneys. Deep breath in, like an exaggerated deep breath in. As you bring in a deeper level of balance and joy. Let's tap the top of your head with that hand that's been on your back. As you're taking another deep breath into the center of your head, tapping the top of your head, deep breath into your heart. With every beat of your heart, it's informing your body that you're living with a deeper level of tapping your belly, a deeper level of creativity, expansiveness, and clarity. Top of your head, balance and joy, heart space and belly. And let's presence that adrenal space in the back again, connecting, calming your body down. And then you can replace that and put your hand on your heart, hand on your belly. We're going to access the wisdom of your heart. We know using heart math that your heart actually creates a toroidal field around your body. What that means is like a large inner tube. So it's a great emitting and receiving. So we're going to tap into the wisdom of your heart. Taking a deep breath, feeling yourself ground. And I'm going to invite you to start breathing from your heart space. And you might ask, what does that look like? So I want you to think of a time in your life when you felt a deep sense of love and appreciation for a loved one, an animal companion, deep heart breath, or maybe even a sacred place in nature. Wherever you feel safe and nurtured, grounded and loved, deep heart breath. And breathing through your heart space, just noticing if there's any feels in there, like maybe warmth or tingling, or maybe even any colors, if you see colors or sensations. I'm just noticing I'm starting to get warm all over my body. And I want you to make that technicolor. And what I mean by that is if you see colors, I want you to make it brighter. Sometimes I see like today I'm seeing more like a magenta and a green. So I'm going to make that brighter. I'm going to have that color or that sensation to go not only in the front of my body, but back body, side body, over the top of my shoulders, down the arms. And my next breath, all the way up over the top of your neck, up the back of your neck, through the center of your cranium, all the way up over the top of your head. And letting it spill all the way down, even to the ground. And bringing it up through your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your pelvic bowl, all the way back up into that area, that solar plexus area right below your breasts. And I'm going to invite you to take both hands there and give a little bit of extra love as you feel a deeper level of balance and creativity, clarity and joy. I'm going to ask you to actually even sense that spot on the top of your head, which is the CV20, and connect that to your solar plexus. Deep breath in between those two spots. And let it go. And one more full breath up, all the way up to the top of your head. Let it spill over. Ah. And then when you're ready, beginning to wiggle your shoulders, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and coming back to this moment right here, right now. So you might notice some sensation in your body. You might notice just a deeper sense of calm and clarity. You might even want to put it in the chat if there's anything that's standing out for you. I will tell you that what we just did today will continue to play out in your mind, body, spirit for the next week. So I'm going to encourage you to come back to your intention, whether it was balance or clarity or creativity or joy, and allow your with each breath to remind yourself that you are that. Ooh, I love that for you, Cynthia, that your heart space was like a crystalline lake. That sounds all glittery and clear. Oh yeah, I love that you were feeling your your heartbeat rather. Yeah. So it's amazing what can happen when we just pause for a moment and we give ourselves the ability. This is like a self-healing modality. And I find it so powerful for us to tap into our own breath, wisdom, and intuition. So I just want to say thank you so much for being, I'll call it cosmic explorers along this road. And I'm going to ask you the question. Is this a good time, Kelly, to ask the integration question?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that'd be perfect. And then we'll
Okay.
just talk about upcoming events a little bit, and then we'll go into breakout rooms. So
Okay.
yeah, if you can share that, and then let's put it in the chat too.
Okay. So my question for you is, where is your energy currently being drained? And what could shift if you reclaimed your vitality? So whether it's a relationship or a belief or an environmental factor, it's just making conscious what maybe wasn't. Yeah, okay. Maybe maybe you have a little drama queen on your hand there, right? Love that. And so I'm just going to say, if you feel like there could be some additional power in having your own private session to discuss the details of like your daughter, your belief that might be getting in the way, we can actually uncover that very, very quickly. I have a whole book of I'll call it Psych K belief systems that we can begin to tap into a greater sense of what I call juicy aliveness. I think that's what somebody else was saying, juiciness. Andrea, I think, was saying that earlier, right? And I was just like, yeah, I love that. So that's for our time together today. I love the fact that's why I wasn't present right away. Oh, your daughter. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, I guess we're going to go into breakout rooms, get an opportunity to share.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carrie. Before I open the breakout rooms, I just want to let you guys know what else is coming up in Rainbow Warrior Mermaids. We mentioned earlier that Angela is going to be our guest on April, not August, but April 2nd in Rainbow Warrior Mermaids Cafe. She is the creator of the Noticing Journal and the founder of the Noticing Life, and her work invites people into simple moments of awareness where noticing becomes a doorway to curiosity, compassion, and connection. After navigating years of chronic pain, Angela, who also has the magical name Surya, I love magical names. My Kali Rose is also very magical. She discovered through chronic pain how to learn to live more fully in the present moment, and that has changed her life in every possible way. So, what began as a personal practice of noticing slowly evolved into journals, reflective prompts, and playful experiences that help people reconnect with themselves and their lives. Through writing and singing and conversation, she explores how small acts of attention can transform how we relate to our emotions, our stories, and each other. And Rainbow Warrior Mermaids Cafe is a little bit different format than what we're doing here. It's not a networking session, it's a 30-minute casual, what I like to call couch conversation that highlights the vision and the work of all of our diverse community members. We hold it every first of the Thursday of the month at 10 a.m. And then on April 16th, we have another HerPower Connections coming up with our featured speaker, Aya Zamira. She is an artist and a healer, a medicine woman, storyteller, and now co-host of the 13 Moon Goddess podcast. So stay tuned for more information about Aya and her presentation. It will be in our group posts. And just to let everybody know, we like to create a stage for all the people in the group to share their magic. So we are currently accepting applications for featured speakers and special guests from our community, especially for the months of May and June right now. So if you would like to be our next Rainbow Warrior Mermaid superstar and one of those months is good timing for you, please reach out to me. You can send me a DM or you can reach out to me via email. Our group email is info@herpower-retreats.com. I'll drop in the chat for you here real quick. And just to let you know, I mentioned early on that we host a amazing retreat in Croatia. We are just now reaching the final deadline for the early bird special, which is $500 off. And our retreat this year is called Radiant Goddess Rising. Our early bird closes on March 31st. So if this retreat sounds of interest or is calling you, don't miss the opportunity to lock in the best rate of the year. You can check us out at herpower-retreats.com and see what it's all about. It's from September 20th to the 25th this year, and there's an option to extend the stay for 3 more days and tour some of the highlights of the beautiful Dalmatian coastline with our Rainbow Warrior Mermaids, and you can find out everything you need to know at herpower-retreats.com. Okay, that's all of the upcoming. So without further ado, I'm going to open the breakout rooms. And yeah, please share who you are, what you do in the world, how we can support you, and Carrie's question as well, which I want to just say again, is what is your energy currently being drained by, and what could shift if you reclaimed your vitality right now?
And before we go there, I just want to say also, because we've just done some powerful energy work, I'm going to encourage you to continue to ground throughout the day. You might even want to take an Epsom salt bath or even have soak your feet Epsom salt and continue to drink water, because we're basically allowing stuff to be moving and we need water and in order to do so. So thank you.
And I will bring you back just before the top of the hour, and we'll come back together briefly, and you can share any amazing insights that come up in your room. All right, see you all soon.
Hey, Callie.
Guys, how's everybody?
And good. Andrea, I love those paintings back behind you.
Yes.
I'm assuming you did, yeah?
Yeah, that's the creative frequency coaching training. That's how I met Lily, was
Wow.
by taking that coaching class. That's our work, my work.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So very
Changes all
cool.
the time because you just paint over and over and over on top of everything. You don't get attached.
It's
And
such a
so,
Yeah.
cool it's a modality, really, I think, and it's really, really amazing. Lily always brings that into the group, so that's not my personal area of strength, but that's what we're all here for, to share our strengths and to receive others' strengths. So
Yeah.
so amazing to work with Carrie this morning. I would love to just kind of go around and hear a little bit about each of you. Does anybody want to start?
Want to start with the A's first?
Yeah.
It's always easier.
We'll just go in alphabetical order. How about that? Just like school.
Just like school.
Which means Andrea is first. I just want to say that.
um, I'm currently living with all men. There's
Mhm.
been 3 deaths in my family in the last month, and there's been a big upheaval of where people live. And I have stability and a house, and now I have extra men living with me. It's a challenge because I don't like them. Well, I love them. They're my family, but I fucking cannot stand listening to their shit. So I pray, I meditate because it's not them, it's me. And that's what I'm working on changing. I'm working on creatively nurturing my own inner light so that I can shine like a lighthouse and not run around the island looking for fucking boats to save. I'm crabby and I don't like myself right now, and I want to be different.
I imagine the Yukon, you're all pent up too with all the weather and everything.
Mm.
Still got to be cold.
It's finally light out though, like it's more than 12 hours of daylight now. It was like dark from 10 a.m. till 10 a.m. Like but now it's still minus 25, which is fucking cold.
I
It's
don't
too
know.
cold to
Yeah,
walk the dog.
it'll probably be 90 here today.
Fair,
I got
yeah.
new meds. They're starting to kick in. I do feel a lightness coming in, but I'm so sick of my own crap.
I feel like you're courageous living up there. I don't know that I could do that.
Well, I do have power, friends. I do own a piece of land here. I do have a juicy government job, and that's what I hate is the government part of my government job. Everything's so changing now. That's so since COVID. Anyways, I feel like I'm whining, and I don't want to be a whiner, but I am.
What's one
Oh,
thing that didn't suck? Just one thing that didn't suck today.
Oh, one thing, lots of things don't suck today. The birds are around. There's the robins. It's minus 25 Celsius, but there's robins. And the sunrise is amazing. The sky blue pink in the morning is astounding. Right here in my studio, the morning sun comes burning my eyes. It's great. Another 70 days till gardening.
There's 70
I don't
days.
know. 70 more days till I can plant my
Bless you.
potatoes.
wow.
I
Wow.
know.
Well, thank
I
you
know.
for showing up. And you show up so frequently to these events, and it is letting the light in for sure. So, I love that
Mhm.
showing up and you keep wrestling with where you're at, and it's going to shift. It will. It will.
I just feel the
Well,
authenticity, and I
Mercury's
just
out
think
of
that's
retrograde and it's getting better.
It
So
is
that's great.
for sure. I'm so ready for the first day of spring tomorrow. Angela, can you tell us a little bit about you?
my name's Angela. I I made this shirt. It says "Walk through fire, became the flame," and on the back it says "Burn brightly." So that is what I'm working on. Um, I have been working on my singing, and that is surprisingly more, it's taught me more about me than I could have ever imagined. Like where I brace, when I hold my breath. It's amazing. In fact, when Carrie was using the tuning fork, what came to me was hum whatever note comes to mind because it will be the right note that your body needs. And that is what I did. It's just like, okay, just trust my body knows what it needs and let it do its thing. So, um, what else was I supposed to talk about? I don't remember.
Tell me about, I want to know about your name, Surya.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you for so I in 20 at the end of 2024, I was initiated into the Sufis, and so I was given the name Surya, which actually means sun. Um, yeah, and so much has changed since then. Like, so what Andrea and Eileen don't know is I mean, well, maybe if you were listening earlier, but I wasn't listening. So, I'm just kidding. The when it comes to me, it's like I shut off. I'm like, oh, I don't want to know. But I have CRPS or complex regional pain syndrome, and my hands. My sister had driven me down to the retreat center in Arizona. It was my very first trip outside of the house, like after my disability had come on, which was 2011. So it had been many years. And after I went on that retreat, so many things changed, that residency, so many things changed. And uh, like, I have a caregiver 2 days a week now instead of 7 days a week. I have like my I'm singing again, which I had lost the connection to my voice. And I've written like a bazillion songs that I want to record. And so I'm working on getting everything back together. And it's just, yeah. So Surya, like receiving that name and truly accepting the energy behind it has given me so much.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I'm so in awe of people like you who are, dealing with very complex chronic
Mhm.
pain issues. And, I feel like my life is hard enough, so I just can't fathom what you go through just to make it through every day. So, thank you so much for being that sun, because truly, like, if you didn't share, what your journey has been, I don't think I would ever guess, like you do radiate sun.
Mhm.
Really do.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I think sometimes I think that it's like the hard journeys, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
they're profound, right? I mean, yeah. So thank you for choosing that as a soul and for showing all of us that power. It's incredible.
thank you. Thank you for being my friend. Like,
Eileen, I haven't met you yet, so I'm all excited to hear a little bit about.
I'm so excited to be here. Carrie invited me. We met a couple of weeks ago and we had a connection this week. And it's like, oh, we had so many similarities. And she's like, I'm presenting. Do you want to come? And so I'm like, yes, yes. So I'm glad to be here. So I'm Eileen. I live in Dallas, but I'm originally from New York. That's just a little about my history. So we're a little bit warm here. We're getting warm. So a lot of the flowers are blooming, which is always so beautiful to see that life just kind of come full. And so a little about me, as someone who's gone through and has an autoimmune disease and understanding the how stress impacts people, that's my goal. And I think my mission in life is to really have people, and Carrie touched on it today, really people understand that their journeys and where in life that they can dance with the stress with a little bit more ease and flow. Because when we can do that, it does open, when you talk to Angela, when you were going and having that experience, that opened that space for you, just a little bit of hope and giving your body the energy and the frequency and the shifts that it needed. And that you sharing that story is beautiful because some people don't have that hope and they've lost their hope. So I think the more we can share some of our journeys, it gives a glimmer of hope for people who feel hopeless.
Yeah, yeah. I love hearing just all of the different paths too,
Hmm.
I'm an astrologer, so that's a little background about
Oh,
me.
that's cool.
Yeah. And what I really focus on and specialize in is helping people tap into a deeper understanding of their soul purpose and
Hmm.
their soul intentions for this particular life. And it's one of the most, honoring, like, beautiful, amazing parts of the experience for me and being an astrologer is just seeing um, the journeys that souls take on, and
Hmm.
the desire that's always there for growth, and just every single one of them, always amazes me in a sense,
Hmm.
like just what we come here to do, each one of
Hmm.
us, and the obstacles and challenges that we're, at least as on a soul level, but what
Right.
we're willing to face, and yeah, we all have those periods where the conscious level is like, oh, fuck this.
Exactly.
Whose idea was this?
I was
Ah,
there for what, like 11,
yeah.
12, 13 years? Like, I
Wow.
was there. I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't met a soul yet that doesn't, move through hard things in life. And that's because, we come to grow.
Mhm.
I kind of feel like, once in a while we should come to just, float around one of those lazy rivers, but I haven't met
And work
anybody
that
doing
way.
that yet.
But then we'd be like the people in Wally
Yeah, yeah,
on the chairs, like, oh, I can't do anything.
it's true,
And
right?
they still had problems. I just want to point to that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give everybody one more minute in the other breakout room here, and then we'll come back together. So we have a couple minutes to share. But yeah, what I would love to know, maybe in just, in brief, what's something that you're doing right now that you would love more support for, or would love to get, more eyes on, or any of those things? How can we empower you as Rainbow Warrior Mermaids?
I'm just working on my singing.
I love
Like, so-
It's beautiful. And like you say, it's growing you so much. You're
Yes.
learning so much about yourself through that. And that's
yeah.
that's not as simple as it sounds.
Yeah.
How about you, Eileen?
This is new to me, so I would like a little bit more information on what you guys do. What is that the whole thing? So as support, I'm actually venturing into doing more videos, which I should say not more. I'm doing videos and getting out there social media wise, and so that is something maybe eventually that I could ask for support in as once I get to know everybody and they get to know me.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a big step in visibility. Like
Hmm.
I haven't met too many people who just feel totally um,
Jump in.
safe. Safe is a good word. Putting themselves out there in
Yeah.
video. There's just something about that is intimidating. And so yeah,
Yes.
I totally feel you on that. Okay, well, I'm going to close the breakout room so that we can jump back together. And it's so nice to talk to all of you.
Yes, it was lovely meeting everyone. Thank you for having me.
Andrea, I cannot hear you. You-
There we go. Bringing everybody back here. Hey, it's like we came back and we're all the same people again. It's because it's still giving time for that other
In
break.
different places, though. Now we're over here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Everybody like rotated.
we
Yeah,
walked together to the new room, okay?
we rode back to
Like
the main hall.
we moseyed over.
Yeah,
Angela, is
I
that
usually
oh.
run the breakout room, so I didn't realize it was still going to give us another. That's usually Lily's job, guys. Okay, we're all coming back now. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed getting to know each other a little bit. I would love to hear maybe from one person in each group, anything that stands out from the call today, either with Carrie or with your breakout room. Anybody want to be the speaker for room one?
I don't know who was room one.
You.
I'm a little out of it today. Sorry, I don't even have makeup on. I don't know. I brushed my hair. I don't know. It doesn't even look like I brushed my hair. I don't usually show up like this.
We were talking a lot about synchronicities, and we were talking about like Mary Magdalene was showing up, and how she's showing up in our life. And it was just so interesting to find, like, well, Cynthia and I have talked, but, Taylor and I have never talked, and we can create instant connection. So thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
Anybody from room two?
I'll do it since it's my first time here and not knowing anybody. I'm very open to all the vulnerability that people really do present and show their hearts. I thought that was lovely.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you again, Carrie, for being our guide today. That was just a beautiful experience with you. And uh,
Yeah.
what I love about those energetic experiences is we don't have to understand it in our head, and things are moving inside of us. And so all of you can expect, things to start percolating and popping up and showing up for you, more clarity, more courage, more balance, all the things. So, be open to that, be ready for that to come into your field. And as Carrie said, take care of yourself by recognizing that you have moved energy, drink water, keep yourself hydrated, Epsom baths, take a walk in nature to ground, all the good things.
All that.
Yeah.
Kelly, I'd like to also say that I'd love to stay in contact with the people who are on the call, and that if you are desiring a deeper level of connection with yourself or source or sisterhood, I also have an upcoming retreat coming up in Thailand to go see the elephants. And we have a call tonight. So I'd love to see you there, connect with some conscious gals. And then the other thing is I have a visioning workshop that's coming up. I call it Dare to Live with Juicy Aliveness. And I put that in the chat. So I would love to stay connected with you gals and continue to support you with living with a greater sense of alignment and vitality.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carrie. And if this community, Rainbow Warrior Mermaids Sisterhood, resonates with you, I invite you to stay connected. We have a Facebook group. I think most of you are in there, but maybe it's new for Eileen. Eileen, I have your email address, so I'll reach out to you through email and share that with you. Definitely keep an eye out for Lily's updates from the Great Mother March as she continues her journey towards Washington, D.C., spreading the love, spreading the connection along the way. And Carrie, thank you so much for sharing how people can connect with you. Thank you again, everyone. Keep shining your beautiful, brilliant, unique light in the world. And remember that you are not walking this path alone.
Did we get a chance to take a picture?
Oh, we haven't done that. No.
Yeah, I would love that because I'd love to be able just to see you all and then to repost this on Facebook and say what a great time we had. Were you good with that?
Yeah, I would be great with that.
Okay.
Is there a way to do a picture within Zoom?
Wait, can we pose?
Yeah, I was going to say if you can put your hearts on the screen, you know how to do that. With all of your, let's see.
You mean like that and be like,
like that. And what I'll do is we'll go 1, 2,
wait.
1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know how else to do it other than I just put it in Word and then save it as an image. But I just want to say thank you so much, ladies. I so appreciate you. Blessings.
You too. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Thank you for asking. Appreciate you.
Everyone, have a beautiful rest of the day.
Thanks for hosting, Kelly.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Andrea.
You're a rock star.
Nice meeting you guys.
Bye.